Good. Oh, Anthony. What's in the bag?
I really think it's just jealousy because mommy packed my lunch and Drew made his own. We got a yogurt. There's a sandwich.
Oh boy.
There's one bag of grapes. There's another one that I didn't eat.
Oh my goodness.
Some muffins. That's just a plastic bag. Some homemade pizza. And a spoon for my yogurt.
Oh my goodness. And you're gonna eat all of that today?
No. The customer got us pizza, which was very kind. So this will be tomorrow. Or maybe a snack on the ride home.
Good morning, everybody. It's Drew from Atlantis. Today, we are doing our second project of the year here in New Providence, New Jersey. This is going to be a waterfall and pond rebuild. And as always, it's early spring and it's raining. Okay, what we got here is a big hole. This is where the old pond was. And overall, it was constructed pretty well. No shelves on this back side, really no shelves on that side. Just on the two ends were there any kind of areas for plant life. But we're gonna come in here. We're gonna keep most of our length this way, but we're gonna curve out this way, bump in, and then curve back. Skimmer's gonna go about where it was before and then pumping up to our biofalls. We're going 24 inches deep. We're gonna get our laser out, see where we're at with this depth here, but we still have to carve this out. It's really gonna give about another 2 to 2.5 feet of width on this pond and really allow us to carve in some shelves here. We're gonna put a cave somewhere over on this side here, so if the fish ever need to retreat or whatever, they got a place to go hide. We gained about 2.5 feet going this way and about a foot in length and almost 6 inches down. You can see in the middle here, this is where we carved out for the fish cave. We have spent the last 30 minutes or so just kind of fine raking and getting any kind of pebble or sharp edge, root, or anything that might cause trouble for our liner cut out and raked out. We're also going to be lining this back edge of the pond here with our concrete cloth. That's the concrete infused fabric. This way it's a nice barrier against rodents or roots, because directly over here got a river birch, and they are notorious for sending out root runners into the pond. We cut out a bunch of them along this outside. They were probably spanning all the way down to where that skimmer had a small leak in it. So we want to make sure that this edge here is protected, because we don't want a phone call saying that it's leaking down the road. We try to make our day fun. It's not all work and no play, so I kind of poke a little bit of fun at Anthony, and it's just in good spirits. But you have to see his lunchbox. I call it the clown car lunchbox because every time I look at him, he's pulling something else out of it. What's in the bag?
What's in the box?
Come on, what's in there?
I really think it's just jealousy because mommy packed my lunch and Drew made his own, but it's not as cool. We got a yogurt.
And
then there's a sandwich.
Oh boy.
There's one bag of grapes. There's another one that I didn't eat.
Oh my goodness.
Some muffins. That's just a plastic bag.
Okay.
Some homemade pizza. And a spoon for my yogurt.
Oh my goodness. And you're gonna eat all of that today?
No. The customer got us pizza, which was very kind. So this will be tomorrow. Or maybe a snack on the ride home.
See what I mean? Clown car lunch. Okay, we've got liner in, and you can see Bowley is starting to rock in with Anthony's help here. We're mixing in some of the old pond stones plus some of these bigger character stones, and what those do is they kind of help accentuate the curves, because where Anthony is there, it's a pretty sharp curve, but we want it to bump back out and then curve back in through this little cove on this side here. So using bigger boulders like that gives the illusion and helps carry that curve, so it's not just a straight edge down the side of the pond like that. So we're gonna mix in these every so often on the bottom layer, and then also mix in a couple larger ones. As we work our way out of the pond, we're gonna start using some larger character and frame rocks just to get us up, and then create the waterfall as we move up towards the biofalls. So we're gonna be hooking up Aquascape Signature 400 skimmer. A lot of times we're using the 1000. The difference on this one, it has a smaller basket and it does not have the adjustable faceplate. However, it does not have as large of an opening, but we're using an AquaSurge 3000 pump, so it's not gonna be pulling or drawing in more water than what this opening can handle. The only difference on this one is we actually cut a hole in the liner before the faceplate goes on, and that makes it a little more challenging, but it's still pretty simple to set it up. Okay, I've got all my pieces here. I've got hardware, I've got the faceplate itself. The bolts are actually within the body of the skimmer itself, and then we have our basket. So you can see here, I've just used my thumb and outlined the shape of the opening. So what I'm gonna do is actually cut this liner about an inch smaller than the line that I traced for the opening, and using rounded edges, it's going to allow me enough liner or enough of a hole to slip this faceplate through, silicone it, and then tighten all the hardware. So it's very similar to the other ones. That's the only difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and these guys are gonna keep rocking and rolling. All right, this is day 2. A lot of the rock work we've already got finished here on the bottom of the pond. Anthony here is just working on getting our fish cave installed. Once that's in place and fit to the cubby that we've carved out of the soil there on the bottom, we're gonna totally rock that in, probably with some big rocks on either side of it, kind of making that entrance way into it. Nice flat rock on top, that'll just fully disguise this in that space. Finish the rock work around the edges here. We're gonna be installing concrete cloth along that back edge there and then up this way, just to keep any wandering roots from these bushes and from that large birch on the far side from, reaching into the pond. when pipe is really cold, especially this kink-free stuff, we're using this for our chase line for the air hose for the aerator. When it's this cold, it becomes very brittle and very hard to work with. So a trick we've learned is to actually heat the pipe up using the exhaust from our machine. I've only had it on there a few minutes and you can already see how much more pliable this is. So we're probably going to do this even on our plumbing for this, from the skimmer to the biofalls, because right now it's got a real big bend in it and that's going to be hard for us to bury under the ground without it wanting to keep popping up. So a little trick like this makes it easier to work with. Alright guys, we are rinsing down the pond, so you know what that means. It means we are super close to finishing up this project. You can see how the rock looks clean and then how covered in that silt from wherever they dredge it or wherever they bag it is all on that side. So we are just rinsing and really getting all that stuff drawn out, pumping it out, and this way, once we start to fill it, it's not going to get all clouded up. You guys ready to see your new pond?
Yes, we are.
All right. All right. Well, now that it's running, what do you think?
It's beautiful, incredible. Far exceeds my expectations.